I wasn't going to do this video. I wanted to do something similar a while ago, but I thought, nah, it's too negative. Don't want to be negative. But then something else come up, and it sort of triggered me, and I thought, oh, well, you can't just turn a blind eye to everything all the time, you know. Of course, content creation and absorbing content creation, the things we watch are unique to each of us. What may be triggering to one person is healing and helpful and entertaining to somebody else. So it's not all content creators are alike, and not all viewers are the same. So how people carry themselves, how they present, how they are, it might rub people the wrong way. Now I know I rub a lot of people the wrong way. Yeah, for my own reason, my own way, I guess. I always say like confidence can be perceived as arrogance, and I think the majority of people will probably consider it arrogance because they don't like people being confident. Effectively, in society in general, I don't want to go on a huge tangent, but in society in general, people prefer others to be um, inferior to them. So they feel more comfortable when someone is less than them, or at least what they perceive. So they really try to posture strength, and they prefer to be the strongest one in a room. That's really what it is, I think, for the most part. So when someone is educating, for instance, and and it helps open up other paradigms of thought, for some reason that person becomes like the target. It's like they don't like it, but yet you go away thinking things and evolving, and it's like that was the whole point. But because it comes from that person, they don't like it, so you don't get the recognition. Each to their own. It's just the way people's psychology is. It's quite strange in general, really. So I see that as well before we again, because I don't want to go on a huge tangent, but I've seen these videos where people are selling products, and it's I get a bit fed up with it where they've got platforms and all they do is sell, 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 and it's like you're not endorsing a product, you're just trying to be like an online market, which at least be transparent about that. That's the thing I don't like about people is that lack of transparency. If you're promoting something for just to be an affiliate, then I just think just make it clear. Then people know where they're standing from. They can make their own judgment if they like the product. But I don't like the fact that people act as though this is their favorite product, and then they'll sell something next time. That's their favorite product. It's like you're not being honest, and it's that lack of that integrity. That's what bothers me. That bothers me a lot with those content creators. Um, in the tarot community, there's a lot of people that keep talking about Astra. They'll start talking for about 20 seconds, and then they say, "Oh, and if you're interested in this, then go to this app called." I'm not going to keep saying it. I don't even like. I haven't even been over there because I resent the fact that people that they've got. There's a whole host of the community who has sold out for this app, whatever the hell it is. I don't even care because they're not. And when I say sold out, because they're not transparent. They've obviously been approached by the company or someone who represents the company, and then they've been told, I think, if the video mentions it, the algorithm will pick it up, and they'll probably get money rewarded for it. And they're not being open about that. So you said they're literally directing people towards an app because they can gain financially, but they're not being transparent about the fact that that's what's happening. Yeah, I can see through it, and I'm like, I don't trust you now. So as soon as they mention the app, I actually stop, and I wouldn't be surprised if other people do too. So they're actually killing their content by keep mentioning this app, and they don't even realize it. They might look at their content and our analytics and think, why do people shut off so early? Because you mentioned that every time. Stop doing it. You're just being greedy. You're sellouts. People don't want to listen to a sellout. I don't. You might be the best content creator ever. As soon as I know you're a sellout, I'm not interested anymore because I can't trust you. Because now I just think, is your content augmented now just because you're looking to gain all the time, or you're going to be honest and real? Because I'm just attracted to real. Um, and that's what you get with me. So I don't really care how people perceive me. I'll talk, and I always say I don't. I talk off the cusp. I'll have a topic in mind, and I'll go with it. And that's what you get with me. You don't get anything scripted. I don't have agendas. I just like literally talk on the topic. And like I said, I wasn't going to talk on this one. I was going to let it go. But it's a culmination of events, really. And really, this video is about how people present themselves. And I find there's some content creators or some people just in general in society who are quite patronizing, and I find condescending, and I don't like it. So as soon as I pick up on that energy, I think I can't listen to you anymore. I just can't listen to you anymore because you're talking down. Again, some people might consider me talking down, but I've watched enough of my videos and listened to my tone, and I don't think I talk down to anyone. I think I'm just open, transparent, and again, so maybe my thought process and maybe how I present, who I am in general, can rub people the wrong way. But again, that's perceptions, because obviously we all have different sides to us, and again, like this is the professional side of me. if you didn't get this side of me and you was in my private life and I feel safe with you, because I've become a lot more boundary conscious. Like, I don't have a lot of people in my circle anymore because I've recognized this person's toxic. That person doesn't value you. That one isn't supportive. There's always this thing that people only come when they're looking to take or when they can feel they can benefit. But really, when you're at your lowest or you just need support, they don't actually reach out to see if all these little things. So I just have very firm boundaries. But if I feel safe with someone, in effect, the fact that you can give them a huge part of yourself without being exploited and things, that's a beautiful place to be. Then they get that whimsical, silly, goofy side. So I'm not like serious all the time. I'm just intelligent. I can't deny that. I'm not gonna act like I'm not intelligent just to make other people comfortable. But there is a very light-hearted, silly, goofy, whimsical side to me, and it comes out a lot around the right people. So yeah, like I said, people can perceive arrogance and things, but it's like that's just a perception, because that's not my professional side. Isn't how I carry myself in my daily life all the time. But again, it's not about defending. It's about saying we have different sides. So in the sense that where these people have triggered me a bit, I'm sure in their private life they're not like this. But then it's like, why carry yourself like that? That's the thing. Like I say, there's content creators who just grind. Personally, it just grinds on me. You get some content creators who are sort of like in the middle. It's a really weird thing. Like, I've got a professional microphone. I've got the mic arm. There's higher standards. You can get even more expensive microphone. All these little things. And it's been fine tuning. So I'm actually investing in the platform, if you like. I've had to invest in a nice microphone. I've had to invest in a really expensive mic arm because it gives me more flexibility, a green screen, a nice camera. It all costs. And it's like, you're investing in the production, of course. And of course, everyone starts somewhere. But I find there's this, and again, I don't like it because it rubs me the wrong way. Some people have these little stupid microphones. I'm just going on a tangent slightly. They've got them stupid microphones that attach to your phone, and they'll have it close to their mouth like this. It's like they're being reporters for the day, but it's really stupid. It's like it has a lot of plosives, so it actually blows up the microphone. So when they talk, when they don't get it, they're trying to have this radio quality content, like they're reporting on the fly. They're out in the field or something, and they're literally in their room like this, talking to this microphone, and it's just it's exploding all the time. Microphones are supposed to amplify your voice. It's not supposed to augment the voice. You can actually fine tune it. You can add filters and things if you choose to, but for the most part, it's just supposed to be expanding it just so you can hear me clearly. It's not supposed to make me dominate the room with boom, 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 and that's what that's doing, and that's why I get fed up with it, because I'm like, it's not making you sound more intelligent. It's not making your voice more powerful. It's just distracting, and it's annoying as shit. And I can't be the only one that finds that really annoying when they do this shit. Just, if you want to have a microphone, get a bloody microphone, But I find that in between is, for me personally, it's worse than just not having one at all. I think you're better off just not having one at all. Or where like earbuds, they've usually have microphones built in, and if you're going to do that, but don't have those stupid ones. Okay, this is a huge tangent before we even get anywhere. Again, if it rubs people the wrong way, it rubs people the wrong way, There was something else I was going to say there. There was that microphone. Yeah, the other one is like, some people have microphones like mine, like this, and they might even have it on the table, but knowing how the microphones operate, I know what they're doing wrong. And it's a case of, if you're going to invest, then at least get your setup right. And again, this is a huge tangent, but you've got to prepare. So if you just plug a microphone into a system, there's a good chance out of the box it's going to sound terrible. Like, your voice might not even sound like right, because there might be things that just need to be adjusted. But also the gain can be incredibly high. So that means any noises you do are going to be amplified. It's going to have this huge boom effect, and it happens to a lot of content creators. And it's like, that's hurting my head. Like, do you not watch your content back? As a content creator, people should be watching their content back. It's the only way you're going to evolve. So as you notice with me, you don't get no exploding noises. All this shit, you might get. Wait a minute. All right, you're getting some claps, and it will be more pronounced when I'm talking because it's opened the microphone up. But again, my microphone's set up in a way that you don't hear a lot. I've got fans next to me and all sorts. You don't hear it because I've took the time to fine tune the microphone. And again, if you don't know what you're doing, it's like, just do some research. You'll find YouTube's great for that. But people just out of the box are making really poor content because they've tried to go professional, but they've half-assed it. Anyway, that was a huge tangent. We didn't even get to the point. So anyway, let's get on with what I was going to do. So this is my channel, my YouTube channel. I got a lot of various content. We've got stuff about just life in general, a bit like what I'm talking now, and I'm talking about topics. Then I've got my politics, society. So anything that I think is actually really focused deeply on society or politics, especially Trump, you'll find that in my politics, society one. Then I've got other random ones like me reading. I've got my spiritual side. I've got some gaming content, and then I've also got my Level Up series. So my Level Up series is me talking about whether it's me writing and I'm just explaining the process, whether it's me talking and I'm just explaining the process of that too. And I think it's just raising awareness for things, you know? And it's like I do that. And I know it might rub people the wrong way, but again, if you want to be a content creator, it's like you've got to think, how are you going to carry yourself? And it's far easier just to be natural. It's like, otherwise you're going to have to play a character anyway. And a lot of time when you play a character, it's not going to hit right. So I think just be natural, but fine tune. You don't hear me repeat the same words all the time. You very rarely hear me say all the time or okay. People say this a lot. I see it in content creation. And again, I don't want to be picky here because this isn't what this video was about. But a lot of people, they're intelligent. You can tell they're intelligent, but they can't help mannerisms. So at the end of a sentence, they say okay. So out of about 5 sentences, 3 times they had okay at the end of a sentence. So they might say something like, so life's going to be better for you, and things are going to turn around, okay? And you know that if as long as you keep working on yourself and you do the right things, then you know things will change, okay? And it's like, okay, I don't need to keep hearing okay at the end of that. You take the okays out, your content's better. Already, you've already amplified it, and that's what I'm getting at. So I know it comes across a bit anal retentive, but it's not. It's actually elevating your content. Now, as a writer, it's probably how I fine tune too. When you write, like you do the books that I've done, what inevitably happens is when you go editing, you have to remove the unnecessary words. So I think in essence, that's probably helped me elevate my content too, because I'm fully aware that these words are redundant, and when you have a redundant word, it actually ruins the sentence. It actually weakens it and shows a lack of intelligence, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to show people. Now, some people take it the wrong way, but if they watch their content back, they realize that they've literally devalued themselves by keep doing that, and it's so unnecessary. But anyway, if people want to keep doing it, but it's not just that. They'll say okay, they'll say right, they'll go an awful lot while they're thinking. Then that comes across as very unintelligent. If you between thought processes have to start going and things are going, you start talking. It's like them. You hear the and it's triggering a shit in your soul. And a lot of sports personalities have that because they're put on the spot that it's not their talent, if you like. The speaking side isn't necessarily their talent. Maybe they do in general, but when you put under the pressure of answering questions, they're having to think. That's what it is. They're having to think on the spot, and it's that initial thinking that keeps making them pause. And every time they pause, it's and it's like, my God, don't say just think. You don't have to speak while you think. If you just think, there you go. If me bloody do it now. And the problem is that gets repetitive in your head, so it can cause that mannerism in yourself. So it's really not good. So I did a previous video here called Mastering the Art of Speaking and Storytelling, and that was 3 weeks ago. I knew people probably not going to like hearing it, but I do it anyway. This is just brief. And if you was on stage speaking, your delivery is going to matter, isn't it? And I think the choice of words is going to matter. So if you continually repeat over and over again specific words that sear into people's soul, it's actually be talking about exactly the same thing. I didn't know that. I was just picking this. I just pressed it's where I had finished when I was maybe working on it before. Or you try to re-emphasize a sentence that people already heard. You don't have to act like people are stupid. So you don't have to say something again. So this is an example. Your future is bright. Let me say that again. Your future is bright. I think that's a cultural thing, but it drives me absolutely mental, and it's happening a lot. There's a lot I could pick up. I could have like 20 content creators and show that. It's unreal, and it just drags out the content. But yeah, there's no need to repeat like that. So anyway, what I was trying to get here is this. There's a content creator that I find quite patronising. Now, I've got no doubt they're intelligent. I've got no doubt they do it for the right reasons. But I think the way they present themselves just kills the mood, and it just ruins them entirely. And I just think they're really popular, and it's like people are attracted to it. For me, I can't. So as soon as they start talking, I switch off, and I'm sure people do the same with me. But I can't watch them, and it's just sad because I know they're intelligent, and if they just carry themselves in a more humble way, a bit more humility, then it's more relatable, and then I could watch them. And I think that's what they're missing, because some people, they act a different way. I don't know if they're just trying to be more professional. It's probably just to be professional, but it's coming across the wrong way. It's coming across as elitism, and I don't like that. Now, me talking on this and saying you should be taught like these are mannerisms and these are things. Of course, it's going to show a level of elitism within it, but it's not. It's professionalism and it's elevating your content, and that's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be a bit of an arse, but sometimes you're going to have to be slightly to raise awareness on something and cause that change. So people might not like me in the moment, but then it might make them reflect upon what they're doing, and it actually elevates them. So that my whole purpose is really just to help people improve. So how else are you going to tell someone what you're doing is annoying as shit unless you tell them what you're doing is really annoying as shit? And then you can hate me for it, but maybe you'll improve. And I'd rather take the hits. I'd rather have someone fault that of me and it improves their content, because it helps everyone then. There's no need for this shit. Now, like I said, you've got these people with the little weird microphones, and it's happening too much. You've got people with curated content. It drives me crazy. Everything's fake on the internet for the most part, and I can't handle being amongst that. I don't like fake, so I get really fed up. Like I'm doom scrolling at the moment, like on social media. I can't even handle it. I very rarely watch anything thoroughly. Some stuff I do because I like it, but a lot of the time it's like, that's driving me nuts. That's driving me nuts. That's driving me nuts. Everybody's a copy of each other, and I can't handle it. Be original. Be yourself. Is it that hard? It's just ridiculous. So anyway, I didn't know. They're gonna have it naturally sometimes. So let's start on this one, actually. I'm going to start a different way round because you're going to see the worst culprit in a minute, but I think start here. See, she's nice enough. I've seen her in other content, and I mean, as a person, I think she's nice. I don't think she's a horrible person, but now how she talks is going to be, it might not bother people, but it bothers me. I can't watch her content. I literally can't. Now, I'm spiritual, so I say to Spirit all the time when she comes up, I said, why'd you bring her to me? You know she pisses me off. And I'm saying she's a nice person at heart. I think she's a nice person at heart. But it's how she presents. Now, all these are women, unfortunately. And it's not me trying to pick on women. It's just within the spiritual tarot community, especially, there's predominantly women. There are guys within it, but I haven't found guys that have, so far, I haven't. Well, actually, no, there is one guy actually drives me nuts. I wouldn't be able to find him now. It's no point. It just keep to this. But this isn't targeted specifically at women. It's just that women make up a higher percentage, and it's what comes up the most. And most guys, they don't talk like, that's a bit annoying because there's two guys now I could pick off my head. But then I'd have to find alternatives. We're just going to stick to this. This isn't me targeting women, so don't think it's that at all. It's just, for the most part, it's just mainly women, though, that I have on my content. But yeah, there was a couple of guys that come up. But again, for me to show the alternative, I'd have to provide other content, and it's going to take a whole process when I've already prepared this. So just don't think of it as just women, but unfortunately on this occasion, we are going to have to use women as an example. Like I said, she seems nice enough, but now, I don't know. We'll see if it rubs people the wrong way. It might not be this specific video, but believe me.
Of how the world, your world, whatever your world was.
She's so patronising. The way she's told in them fucking sentences. I try not to swear. And like I said, there's all sides of us. I'm being my professional sides. But sometimes the other side of me is going to come out. And it's like, I don't care because I'm just me. But there's times when we hold ourselves accountable and it's professional. It's like, it's not being fake. It's just trying to be like the best version of ourselves. So for others, so you can help others really. It's like, and again, it shows people there's a time to be accountable. But yeah, there's times when it's triggering a shit and you will have an outburst and it's fine. I don't care. But she annoys the living shit out of me. Like I said, I think if in her home life, I'm sure she's perfectly fine. But when she comes to educating and she puts on her professional side, that's the point. We all have various sides. So I think in her private life, she's probably really, really nice. I'm sure she really is nice. When she's being her professional side, that's a question of how do you carry yourself. And I don't like the way she holds her freaking sentences. Them words. It drives me freaking nuts. It's like, don't talk down to me like I'm a freaking child and we're in a classroom right now. And you're going to talk down to us like, now you're the most intelligent person in the room and we better listen to every word. So you're going to hold your words. I can't even do it because it's unnatural to me. I don't have that freaking arrogance. It's like, I'm sorry, it is arrogance. Again, I've said that. She's probably nice, but she has arrogance when she's being professional. And that's someone that I cannot get on with. So if there was like collaborations and projects in career or anything, and she was put on my path to collaborate with, let's say you was doing a podcast and you had to, I couldn't work with someone like that. I couldn't. As soon as they do that, I'm off. Like, I'm not working with them. Either humble yourself and talk naturally and be normal, so where we can actually just get along, or we're too different. We do different worlds. I can't be with someone who's patronizing. I just can't do that shit. So imagine me talking. Look at me talking now. This is how I am. It's how I carry myself. I am very direct, but there's no reason for me to be anything other than myself. And now imagine me doing a podcast where I'm talking and we're going to have thing. She would slow the whole thing down anyway. Like, again, I know this seems bullying, but it's like, how else are we going to talk about this? Now, you're listening to my voice. You're hearing me talk. There's a certain tempo, I guess. I can slow myself down. I don't have to talk fast. I'm naturally a fast talker because I'm actually a fast thinker, so I can come fast. I'm not trying to boast. It's just that's how I am. I slow it down on purpose sometimes, I think, just to help people, and it calms me down a little bit, so it helps. I guess even more articulate, even more, I guess, but I don't know why I do that, but it's part of me. But anyway, let's be back to the beginning, because I don't know how else she's going to go. But listen to the way she holds the end of the words. I don't even have to say the end of the sentence. I think she does it mid-sentence, because normally I'd say she does it at the end of every sentence. I don't think it is. I think she literally does it every other word or something. So it just it burns into my soul, It's crazy.
So, a cycle of how the world, your world, whatever your world was, saw you.
Holy shit. I'm sorry. She winds me up in general. How many times did she hold her bloody words? And that was like, how was in the middle of the fucking sentence? How wasn't even the end? The world was the end. And then she made one word, I think, a sentence to its own. This is, if you was writing, because I'm an author, I've done my books. And I think that's what it is. A part of, it's not just that's what it is, because the way she's talking is pissing me off. Like, it really gets to me. And she's done it for years, and it bothers me so much. But I think if you was writing a book, for instance, the way she's done it. Let me just do that here. We fragment it down slightly. I'm not trying to be a dick, but
how the world.
what the hell did she say?
So, a cycle of how the world.
So if you was writing this, because she stopped her sentence, she'd literally she's held that word too long. So the cycle of how the world, full stop. Huh? That's not a sentence. That's how the sentence is, though, because she's held it now. You can't hold a set of word like that. You'd have to put like a line, a dash, to sort of say there was like a pause. It would be awful. The way and that's how she's communicating. So if it would be awful in a book, then why is she doing it speaking? It's like, it's driving me absolutely mental. My head can't comprehend this shit. It's like, why is she talking to people like this? How thick does she think people are? That's my problem. It's like, how intelligent are you beyond the average a common person then? Because you obviously think everyone's thick as shit that you have to talk to them like this. Otherwise, why are you talking to? Would you talk to your friends like this? Because if you would, that's crazy, And that's how I talk to people. I talk to people how I would talk to people in general. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to stop pausing because she pisses me off. I'm just going to let it play, and then people can see for themselves if they think it's annoying as shit or not. Because she won't stop at the first part.
Your world, whatever your world was, saw you, is coming to an end. It is coming to an end. I'm hearing by the end of summer. The next 111 on my clock. The next 3 months are so pivotal for you. And you know what? Spirit is saying there's just certain things you just have to be there. You just have to live. Like, they're not even saying what's going to happen. It could be someone you encounter. It could be a new door that you walk through. All right? It could be an idea that you act on. But the next 3 months, the way that it's going to shape you, okay? Don't be afraid of this. You are so ready. I know that this is a collective that's like, new life. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm sorry.
I'm ready.
I can't put up with her anymore. She's driving me nuts. I'm having to try to go zen in my head, and I can't. She's actually driving me nuts. And not many people can get to me. Like, I can shrug an awful lot of things off in general, and I put it down to people. Maybe they have their insecurities, maybe they have their flaws, they're growing. It's like usually people are healing. When there's someone elevated who perceives to be elevated, it's far more annoying because there's no growth to be had. if you think about the way they present themselves, it's not about growth, it's about humility at this point. So someone else, maybe they have these things where they've got that microphone, it's really annoying, they're trying, but you can tell they're at the infancy stages of their content creation. Hopefully they'll get past that stage because it's ridiculous. They're just copying what other people are doing. And I don't know why they were attracted to it in the first place, because surely you can hear the plosives are just going mental. It's like your voice is exploding all the time. So just get a better microphone, and if you really want to do it, do it properly. Don't half for something, and just do it better. And then of course, then you're ready and you just present. Someone like her, she's already, you would argue, the top of her field in the sense of what she's doing. I don't think there's room for her to grow in a sense. It's more to be humble. And for me personally, she's alienated a lot of people. So if you think, she's already got a huge following anyway. Like, she's got a ridiculous following. I don't know what she's got. 580,000 followers. So who am I to talk? But the reality is, someone like that's a huge amount of followers. That's immense. So you would say, okay, she's already famous, if you're going to say fame. The reality is, I can't see someone like that ever being, like, if you talk about like fame on TV and things, I can't see it. Like, they don't have the humility to be famous on TV, in my opinion. The way they carry themselves, it's just patronizing and condescending. It will rub a lot of people the wrong way, and it hits me every time. So even if she has a video come up on my page, and it's like, that makes sense, I could watch this. She could really, it makes sense. So I think she's talented, and I'm sure in her private life she's fine. But on camera, I can't actually watch her. You saw that. I couldn't even watch 2 minutes. It literally 50 minutes nearly blew my head off. And this one here coming up next is just as worse. They're the same. And they're both very intelligent women. That you can tell. They have intelligence. So why can't they just carry themselves a little bit different? Why have they got to boast? Like, I'm going to show you some incredibly humble people in a minute, and you hope that you'll see the difference. So you'll see maybe like what I don't like, other people might not mind, but you're going to see what I'm attracted to more. And you also see they've got a decent following too. Maybe not to the same level, but then I don't think they've been around as long, because I've seen her for a while. This one, she had an arrogance at the beginning, to be totally honest. When she first came on TikTok, all she kept saying was, she was pretty much trying to say, I'm the best psychic medium in the world. It's the way she was saying it. Every beginning of a video, it's like, you don't need to do introductions. That was always a bit anal retentive. Why are you doing introductions? Why are you trying to posture above everyone else? And that's what she did. She's probably got a large following. Yeah, 480,000. So we got two content creators, around 500,000 followers. And I think because of the way they carry themselves, for me, it's the worst. And I'm not trying to be horrible here, but again, I think the other one is more obvious. So if you're looking for tendencies, she was far more obvious in the way she delivers, but this one's the same. They've got this where they talking down to people, and I don't like it. I mean, I'm talking down in general with topic. I don't think my vocal range is talking down to people. So you just see. I'm just going to let it play a little bit.
Let's talk about June 3rd. June 3rd. If you're seeing this is your sign. This really is a synchronicity. And I know that only 5% of you will make it to the end, but...
She said, I know 5% of you will. This is what triggered me, because I'd already got fed up with the other one. Then she said that, and I thought, yeah, because I can't watch your videos either. And she's thinking, only 5% will watch the videos. It's like, this work on how you're carrying yourself. Go far more humble, and people will be more attracted to it. Stop trying to posture above people, because people don't like that shit. And that's what it is. And it triggers me, because I'm like, you know what? If you can't be humble and you can't relate to the everyday person, then don't expect people to watch you. And it's like, don't be so surprised when people quit. Especially I don't know if she does the Astra thing, but if you do that as well, that's a room to quit. And maybe look at when people do, and you'll see it's always on time. But with her, I don't think she holds her words as much as the other one. But it's just patronizing. You know, they're overly friendly, so they're trying to be too nice. Now I see through that crap an awful lot when people are like that, and it's just the way she's behaving. I think it's just fake. It's a fake way of, like, in their private life, I don't think they talk like this. So why can't you just talk how you talk? That's what annoys me. You'll see other content creators in a moment who are good examples of being natural.
For those of you that do, I promise you it's going to resonate. It's going to pack a punch. But I keep seeing June 3rd. And this has been coming up in a lot of my readings. There's something big on that day for a lot of us. And I keep seeing stars. When I tune into the energy of June 3rd, I keep seeing stars. And this makes me feel like magical vibes. It makes me feel like the magic of Disney World. Like, even if it's just for like that one day, it's just it's some magic in the air. And it makes me feel like that magic might actually linger on. Like that might be the day that like the magic dust is sprinkled, and then it's like the universe is like done its magic, and like things are gonna get really good. So, oh my gosh, and look what just came out. The Ace of Swords. It's interesting because aces are about new beginnings. It makes me feel like
Can't deal with this shit. I know she's going to come across nice, and I know I'm going to come across as an arsehole not liking it, but I'm sorry. It's fake, man. I can't deal with people the way they present. I see through it. I'm like, she's not triggering me in the same way the other one was triggering, but there's this overly friendly nature to it, and it's not being honest. And it's like, I don't like that shit. And she can be worse than that, believe me. Some of them just drive me crazy. And some of them, when they create their content, they don't get to the point immediately. They just waffle for the first few bits. I know I talk, but I don't think it's completely off topic. Whereas some of the others, they don't know what they're doing before they start. She does get to the point, but she talks. You know what it is? I feel like I'm stuck in a freaking what is it in America? Kindergarten? Like we've got infants. I feel like we're toddlers. When she talks, we're like toddlers, and I don't know why they do this shit. They must. These content creators, they must think everybody is just thick as shit, and we're very lucky to have an audience with them because that's how they carry themselves, and it just drives me freaking nuts. I'm not even playing them again. I was going to show just to continue the example. Now I'm going to show a few. I'm going to just skip through without clicking them, and I'm going to show. So this isn't a cultural thing. This isn't me picking on race. It's not me picking on anything, upper class or anything like that. I'm just literally saying. So this one I like. She's nice. She's got a very soft tone. So this is what you're going to see with these. They've all got their own tones, but it's how they carry themselves. If you're lighthearted, you're energetic, you've just got this natural vibe to you. I can see you're being yourself, and if I feel that way, I feel lighter, and I feel relaxed. Yeah, and I can take in the content because now I don't feel like I'm being triggered. So now I can go, I like her. I like her. I like her. She's nice. And she's really nice. Like, you know, it's like these people carry themselves in a beautiful way. There's a very natural element to them. These two carry themselves in a way where they are the leaders of the class. And they would, if you was in a group with these people, they would try to dominate the group. And it's like, I would just tell them, fuck off. Let the others talk. Because, you know what I mean? If this was a group situation right now, and you was all together and you had to collaborate on a project, this is a good way to think of it. These two would try to really dominate. They think they're the leaders of the class. That's how it feels, and that's what I don't like about them, the way they present. These ones will actually work together. I think personally, look at them. I don't know if you feel picking up the same energy. I feel like these would collaborate absolutely beautifully. We'd have a laugh. You'd get on wonderful. It'd be really nice. These two, I'd have to tell. We don't need you leading us. We're fine. Like, just be a bit more respectful. But you could tell that these two would clash. They wouldn't like the fact that someone else is in charge. Like we don't even need a leader. Anyway, like, people might put me in that category with these two. I don't really know, but it's like I'm just talking anyway. Just let me explain this. So we play it just briefly. Listen, we've already heard the tones. Let's just briefly rehash.
Trust yourself.
Nice.
Like after June 3rd, well, like I just said, like the universe is like sprinkling some magic on you, and
some people might not buy neither as much. Go watch her content a bit more, and you'll get the gist. Now she's really nice. This one, she's very soft spoken. I like it.
To this person, I'm just hearing like you have someone who's absolutely infatuated with you. Okay, it's more than just like infatuation. This person genuinely has such deep loving feelings for you with this Lovers card here. Gemini, I'm hearing Taurus as well could be significant.
She sounds really nice, doesn't she? I'm like, oh my God, I can listen to her all day. She's got no ego. There's no ego. That's the thing. It's like there's no ego within her. She just feels so relaxed, and she's just being so open and honest and pure. And that's what I like. You know, it's like, this is great.
This person feels like, I'm hearing you've casted a spell on them, especially with this High Priestess.
She's nice. This one's nice.
I've channeled in the last few months. I just keep hearing congratulations, and we're starting off the reading with the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. Something is about to be taking off, like whether this is a prepare to launch message or prepare for the dream to come.
You see how they're talking effortlessly? The other two talk slower, holding their bloody words. Look.
You're gonna make it. You're gonna make it.
After June 3rd, the magic is like setting in and it's done. I just feel like there's a lot of big manifestations coming into your life. quickly, soon.
Oh, she talks a little bit faster, but still, I don't feel it's as natural with the way they are.
True, prepare to be taken somewhere, prepare for the next era.
We have begging. Okay, begging.
See, I like little different things here, the little mannerisms. It's nice. It makes them natural. That's what it is. I like natural.
We have forgiveness. Oh, look at this. Negotiator, begging, forgiveness, and apology is coming out.
Hi. So today's immediate message that's rolling through, and I know why it's rolling through, but
Again, if you're going to go I'm not trying to be an arse here, but if it comes that way, it comes that way. We're talking about the other one being sweet, overly sweet. I think she's trying too hard to do it. I think this one is more natural with it. So if you was to compare her, the way she talks, and the other way the other one talks, it's like, that's what I'm talking about. This one I can listen to.
you may not. Happy Valentine's Day. I have a message from anyone or for anyone that has lost anyone to the other side. And it's really this crazy, overwhelming message of just how much they love you. And they just want me to tell you that they hope that you are absolutely adored today. And
She seems really nice in general.
Because swords have to do with move. Like, think of like a sword. It moves through the air so quickly, right? It has to do with the air.
Can't bothered.
It's very powerful transformational energy, and I don't know if you realize how much of a gift it is. You are something about, like, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna say something about like a prophet. I don't even know if I really know what that means. I have the High Priestess and the Hierophant coming out together now, and something about like this wisdom that you have. It's like, to you it's just like normal. It's just like the things that pop in your head, but to other people, like, it leaves them speechless. I have the Three of Swords reversed here. There could be a wound surrounding this gift that you have. Often the things that people make fun of us for are actually our greatest talents. And
She's really, really nice. Like, she's really nice. I get this beautiful energy from her. And a lot of the time, it is energy. It's literally what you're picking up on, the aura. She's got an incredibly pure aura. I think she's really, really nice. You can tell she knows herself. If we're going to talk in general, like just perceptions of people, I think she absolutely knows herself. I think she's got strong boundaries. So I think she knows her value, and it's not someone that's going to allow herself to be taken advantage of. So I think if you ever see her in a relationship, I think it'll be a very calculated relationship where she knows what she wants. And it's someone that doesn't abuse their vessel, and you can tell that by the way they carry themselves. You know, they're not someone who's just like frivolous with their bodies or anything silly. I think she's just very pure, very beautiful. And I feel this one carries herself in a very similar way too. I think these are very self-empowered women. That's what I think, and I think it's great. Like, I think they know who they are, but these two they've got to a point of their gifts where they've just looking down at people rather than just deliver the message. So instead of focusing on the message, they've made it all about them at this point, and it's like, no, I prefer to watch these people. So when they come up on my For You page, they might wonder why people skip in first 10 seconds, and this is why I skip on the first 10 seconds, because they're not. I don't feel they're humble, and I don't feel they're being genuinely themselves. Because I think in their private life, you'll get a different version, and that's why I don't like watching them. So if they come on my For You page, they could have the best message in the world. They could be the biggest prophet. And it's like, I don't care. I can't listen to you. Thank you. I'm looking for these people. If I get someone I can watch effortlessly for a period of time, I'm going to sit and watch them effortlessly. Yeah, anyway. That was me on my little rant. Like I said, I didn't want to do it really because it started off with this one, I think. And I was like, I can't bother to talk about her. I'm just going to move on. It's just... And then the other one turned up and I was like, oh, for crying out loud. We're doing it then. We're just going to have to do it. And I know it's negative. But hopefully I've compared enough to make it clear as to being transparent and things. And hopefully it's made it obvious, really, that when you create content and how you carry yourself, it really does make a difference. So I think just be yourself. But of course there's professional sides. And I've done that in the other video. I've said that. Like there's levels, there's areas to us. It's not about being fake. That's the whole point, really. When you're being professional, you don't have to be a fake version of yourself. It's just an enhanced version that exists within us, you know, because we're not all just silly, goofy, and wasting life. That's the thing. You might think, oh, that's not them. Well, that's not me when I'm just wasting my time doing silly things or, wasting potential. But I don't spend my whole life wasting my potential. So if I'm knuckling down, like, so for instance, let's say I'm writing my books and things, someone might think, oh, that's not it. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's my creative capacity. These are my talents. These are my gifts. These are the things I'm investing in. So as soon as I'm investing in myself, that's what I'm doing. So when I put myself on camera and I'm talking, but that's me investing in myself. So when I decide to be like, I'm gonna speak on a topic, this is me delivering that message. I'm not being different to myself. This is literally me being in the creative capacity and delivering messages. I have no reason to be anything other than that. If I had someone with me and we're doing something completely light-hearted and we're vibing off each other, yeah, you get a slightly varied side, but it's not going to be any different because this is who I am. So it just might be a bit light-hearted. Maybe you get a little bit louder together. Maybe it's a bit more silly. It's a bit more immature at times. But either way. But what I'm not doing is changing the way I am delivering to a heavy extent. It's just maybe it's a little bit more articulated, slightly more pronounced. And again, maybe I've evolved because I did my audiobooks for my books. So I had to listen to the way my speech patterns were. And I had to slow myself a little bit because I noticed that it was just better. It was easier for people to follow along. Not everybody can listen to fast-paced voices. And in all honesty, if you talk too fast, you're really running over maybe something that was important. So there is a chance to slow down. But some of these content creators are just slowing down to the point where they're just holding on to every word. Like it's the most beautiful word in existence. So you must remember the word hello. Hello. You know. It's just, I don't think I've really done it justice. This is what I'm doing. But yeah, people have their own things that trigger. And like I said, they triggered me enough that I can't even watch them, And I think it's sad because, like I said, there's content creators. I think they are, if they can just humble themselves. But everybody's drawn to different things, There's people that repeat themselves. There's a cultural thing with that. I've seen it a lot. They'll repeat the same sentence 3 or 4 times like it's giving it effect. And I'm thinking, that's just annoying as shit. I got it the first time. But then other people love it. They're like, hallelujah, yeah, this is, it's like, a lot of time people, the real problem with people is they like to hear what they want to hear. So if you tell them what they're looking for, they love you for it. If you tell someone what they don't want to hear or they're not ready for, they will hate you for it. And that's just the way it is. So I inherently know these things. So of course I could do content where I'm just applauding people left, right, and center. You're just like biggest cheerleader and all that. But it's okay. That helped their ego, but it doesn't help them evolve. So although this is me targeting, I guess, 2 people that I'd rather not target, they are annoying as shit. And if they was to see my content in any way, and yeah, maybe they get defensive and they hate you for it, but maybe it'll make them reflect and you'd actually stop them. If they stop doing that shit, imagine how good their content would be. There's no need to be condescending and patronizing and just, there's no need to be these ways. Humble yourself and people will be far more attracted to you. And that's what I'm saying. So you're losing a huge, vast audience. So think about that. If they've got 500,000 followers, think how many they could have. Yeah, who am I to say? But yeah, I can't watch that.